Welcome to Hitman Boxing. Hit that like and subscribe button. So we heard this news earlier this week that Canelo and Triple G rematch was ordered by the WBC. More than likely, that fight would take place May of 2018. As you know, Canelo fights on the May and September dates yearly. So we'll probably see that fight in May, as I just said. The first fight, a lot of mixed feelings. Some felt like Canelo won the fight. Some felt Triple G won the fight. I felt like Triple G did enough to win the fight, but none of that really matters because the fight resulted in a draw, and now there's going to be a rematch. So very intriguing situation. We've got Jermall Charlo, recently moved up in weight, 160. He is the, I guess you could say he's the mandatory to Triple G, or he was. Pretty much with this situation between Triple G and Canelo, with them ordering a rematch, it's being talked about. The winner of Triple G Canelo is going to have to face Jermall Charlo. Now, let's break down what could happen in each scenario. If Canelo beats Triple G, we know Canelo is not very keen on the WBC. He doesn't want to fight for the WBC championship, so more than likely the belt would be vacated, and Jermall Charlo would have to face probably the next ranked contender in the rankings at 160, right? Now, I've been wanting to see Jermall Charlo versus Canelo for a long time, and I feel like Cinnamon's been ducking Jermall Charlo for a minute. You know, when he dropped down to 154, or was it 155? Whenever he fought Liam Smith, he cherry-picked Liam Smith, who was the weakest champion at that weight class, the WBO champion. He fought him and beat him, took his belt, and dipped, right? Because he didn't want to fight none of the other champions. Am I right? Right. So now that we're all on the same page with that, let's move on to Triple G. Now, if Triple G beats Canelo, I feel like a fight between Triple G and Jermall Charlo is more likely to happen. However, I have my suspicions that if Canelo beats, or if Triple G beats Canelo, he very well could retire. With that, well, no, I can't say that. Let me backtrack a little bit, because I completely forgot about Billy Ho Saunders here. Now, if Triple G beats Canelo and he's ordered to fight Jermall Charlo, I don't doubt that he will fight Jermall Charlo. Now, keep in mind, Triple G would be the A side in this equation. And, if you go back and listen to interviews, Abel Sanchez has mentioned that if the WBC orders that fight, they will take the fight. However, Abel Sanchez has stated that he doesn't feel Jermall Charlo deserves a shot at Triple G at this time because he's done nothing at 160 to deserve it. That's neither here nor there. I want to see that fight. I know that. I think that's a really good fight. I think both Canelo versus Charlo or GGG versus Charlo will be a great fight at 160. 160 is shaping up to be an even more deep division than it has been. The criticism amongst Triple G was that, he's fighting all these guys and he's fighting a bunch of nobodies, with the exception of Jacobs, Lemieux. But, you got to give him credit for those wins, because he has some good wins, man. And it's not like he was, we're not finna get into this shit, man. I'm not about to get into no debates about him ducking. Right now, we're going to talk about the future, because that's what we have to look forward to. The past is the past. You can bring up the Andre Ward situation all you want, the Lara situation all you want. That's cool, man. But if he get Canelo on his record, his resume is looking pretty nice. And a lot of people feel that he already beat Canelo anyway. I'm not sticking up for Triple G. I'm just letting y'all know what's good and what's good for the future. Because Canelo don't want to fight the Charlo brother. He don't want to fight him. He don't want that WBC belt because he don't want them problems with Jermall Charlo. You got Demetrius Andrade coming up the ranks too. I think he signed a deal with HBO as well, right? So 160 got killers coming up. And they looking for belts. And who got all the belts? GGG. Is he going to run the gauntlet? We don't know. He's getting up there in age. You know, I know he wants to try to... Damn, I guess Triple G could... He could fight Billy Joe Saunders in December and then Canelo in May. But I don't know if that would impact his standing. Well, it was already ordered, so I don't know how that will work out if he's ordered to fight Canelo and they maybe agree on a date in May and he fights Billy Joe Saunders in December. But who really thinks that Billy Joe Saunders can beat Triple G? Nobody, man. I want to see Jermall Charlo versus the winner of Triple G, Canelo. Bottom line, that's what I want to see. So let's make it happen, man. I could care less how he got that ranking by the WBC. We know the WBC's corrupt. Dudes be buying rankings. Who knows? Who cares? But if you don't want to see Triple G versus Jermall Charlo, how can you call yourself a fan of boxing? If you don't want to see Jermall Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez, how could you call yourself a fan of boxing? You know what I'm saying? Jermall Charlo versus Canelo in Texas, that's a huge fight, man. That's a huge fight. I don't know. We'll see how things play out, but it's looking like Canelo's going to be... I mean, it's looking like Triple G could potentially be unified at 160 if he... I mean, I could have sworn he said he wanted to fight in December, man. Again, I don't know how that's going to work out with him being ordered to fight Canelo again in a rematch, but... You know, Canelo on that bullshit talking about he don't want to fight for the WBC belt. All right, what you gonna do? What are you gonna do if you beat Triple G? You gonna drop the WBC belt? That's so dumb, so stupid, man. That's why I'm really hoping for a Triple G win, because at least I know if Triple G wins, he ain't gonna run from Jermall Charlo. At least not in theory, but we will see. Hitman Boxing, let me know what you guys think of this. Let me know who you got winning Canelo Triple G 2. Let me know what you think about Jermall Charlo facing a winner between Triple G and Canelo. Hitman Boxing, drop a comment, like the video, subscribe. I'm out.